We spend a lot of time, effort, energy on relationships. We spend a lot of time just thinking about relationships. And the reason is because relationships are important. They're important because they're central to our experience of life. They're central to our experience as human beings. And one of the things God wants to teach us is how to have great relationships, how to be a good friend, and how to have great friendships. I want to tell you two stories about friendship. The first is about two guys who were off camping and hiking in the woods one day when all of a sudden they come upon a bear, and it's a big bear. The bear sees them out of the corner of his eyes, and he turns around and squares off with these guys and begins to roar. The guys get scared, which is natural, right? And they know what they should do. They should curl up in a ball and play dead on the floor. But what do most people do? They run for their lives. And these two guys, they turn around and they just begin to bolt out of there. What happens? The bear begins to chase him. After about 10 feet, one guy stops. He takes off his backpack, takes off his camping boots, his hiking boots, and he puts on his running shoes. His mate turns around, he says, "What are you doing? You're not gonna outrun the bear." The other guy says, "I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you." Do your friends use you as bear bait? Seriously, do you have friendships where your friends use you as bear bait, where they're not interested in what's best for you, they're only interested in themselves? Because let's face it, that's not friendship, right? Our friends, true friends, have our best interests at heart. Let me tell you another story. Teenager in Milwaukee gets diagnosed with cancer. In and out of hospital for 2 months, having operations and treatment and chemo and radiation, and he goes bald. Finally, it's time for him to come home from hospital once and for all. Starts to get really anxious. Not about the cancer, but about going back to school bald and standing out and being different and that sort of thing. As he comes home from the hospital that night, he steps into his house. His house is all dark. And then bang, on come the lights, and out jump 50 of his friends. "Welcome home," they scream. As he looks around the room, he looks in disbelief. Because what he sees is all 50 of his friends, guys and girls, shave their heads. They shaved their heads because they wanted to be with him. They wanted him to know that they were with him, that they felt for him, that they had his best interests at heart. Do you have friends like that? Are you a friend like that? Friendship's critical. It's important to the human experience, and learning to have great friendship is something you should make a priority in your life. Nobody teaches us better than Jesus. What does Jesus teach us? He teaches that friends lay their lives down for each other. And he doesn't just talk about it. You know, lots of people talk about lots of stuff in this world, but Jesus, he just didn't talk about laying his life down for his friends. He laid his life down for his friends. He didn't use us as bear bait, but rather he said, "You know what? I'll let the bear take me so that you can live life to the fullest." That's friendship. Are your friends helping you become the best version of yourself? And if not, what are we doing? Because at the heart of friendship is a desire to see the other person reach all of their God-given potential.